I was waiting for someone to ask this because I really wanted to talk about this, but it's going to be rambling, so I'm not going to make sense, but I'm going to try to get my general idea through. Okay. Why Castiel needs to be back on Supernatural. They said immediately, but I don't believe that he should be back immediately because we haven't focused on Dean dealing with his death enough yet. Well, death. Okay. Let me talk about why we need to focus on Dean focusing on his death. Because Castiel was an important part of the Winchesters' lives. He brought them back from hell. He was their partner. He was with them for a few years, like how many? I don't know. He was their friend. Dean called him family. They were family. Castiel was a lot of things that a lot of people were not. Bobby even said that Cass was Dean's best friend. Okay, that's pretty deep. And they're not showing Dean dealing with it. They're showing Dean dealing with Amy Pond, but they're not showing him dealing with Cass. I think before Castiel comes back, we need to focus a little bit on Dean dealing with that. Dean needs to have one of his freakouts, because now that Sam isn't with him this episode, I think Dean needs to deal with being alone. And I think, because last time Sam left, Dean had Cass. This time he has no one. We need to focus on the difference, and I need to see him dealing with Castiel not being there. Because, I'm sorry, he's important. Now as to why he is important and should be back on the show. Soon. Not immediately, but soon. Because Dean is falling apart. Everything's falling apart. Because do you think Dean would have killed Amy Pond if Castiel had been there? Because Castiel would have stopped him or tried to drill some sort of sense into him that she's not doing anything wrong, etc., 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 whatever. And Castiel needs a chance to redeem himself to Dean. He promised. And Dean, though he hasn't said it, he needs a chance to redeem himself to Cass. Because Dean was a complete and utter dickhead to him all of season 6. And I just want to pretend that season didn't exist, but it did. And Dean needs to make up for it. Dean needs to just show that he appreciates Castiel and that he is happy that Castiel was with him and pulled him out of hell. He never really said thank you. Really. He said, yeah, thanks for that. Whenever he first met Cass, like, oh, whoa, cool. And I have so many feelings about Castiel that I can't word them properly, and I just make it focus on the reasons he should be back because of Dean. Okay, I'm just going to focus on the character himself. Let's see how this works. Okay, because Castiel is a great character. He's the only character in Supernatural that he's changed. He went from being... He's the only character that changes over time, which makes him the most relatable character. He has gone from being robotic and feeling nothing generally to making his own decisions, to caring about people, to caring about humans nonetheless. He killed his family. He fell. He has shown the most character growth, and he was only in it for a few seasons. I'm sorry, but to watch a show, I need somebody that I can relate to. And I relate to Cass because he's not this completely... oh my god, I can't think of the words. Alright. Castiel changes. He has changed. Dean and Sam have stayed exactly the same. They always go through the same arguments. They always go through the same frickin' thing every single episode. And Cass made bad decisions. He regrets things. Dean regrets things too, but whatever. But Castiel made bad decisions, and then he had to pay for them. And he's dead. And I'm pretty sure he paid enough for them, and he should be brought back. I'm gonna fix this video. I'm gonna make a different video one of these days to say why Cass needs to be brought back because this didn't make sense. But for now, this is good enough. Okay? Bring Cass back.